This video is gonna be a little rambly. You've been warned. It's nothing new to say that modern SpongeBob sucks. The show is almost unrecognizable. The animation has gone off the rails, the jokes are often just gross out, and the characters feel like they belong more in Ren and Stimpy. So yeah, like most people, I prefer the early seasons, but what I don't think gets talked about enough is an aspect of the show that I personally have a fondness for. The night. There's just something about it. The duller colors of those old episodes and the grainy video quality give a chill vibe. The plots, even when fantastical, have a very muted feel to them, partially because there usually aren't a lot of background characters and the music is usually mellow to fit the scene. My personal favorite episode of the series is Graveyard Shift, a sentiment that is seemingly shared by many others.
Isn't this great, Squidward? Just you and me together for hours and hours and hours, and then the sun will come up, and it'll be tomorrow, and we'll still be working. It'll be just like a sleepover, only we'll be sweaty and covered with grease.
But that one is meant to be somewhat spooky, and yet it still feels kind of calm. The same can be said for the episode Rock Bottom, where SpongeBob is stranded in a trench. Now, technically, this is at least partly during the day, but the effect is the same. It's not just SpongeBob though. Rugrats has sleepovers and Hey Arnold has their urban legends. Pretty much any show tends to be better on its nighttime episodes. In addition to night scenes, there are also rainy days, which cause a similar effect. They tend to be a little brighter, but the effect is still that it's dark outside and the characters are probably stuck inside their house, more so if it's storming. Now, a spooky tale or a bit of suspense is fun and all, but this actually brings me to a specific character, the Flying Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman is the resident ghost of Bikini Bottom, and his role is usually to scare people. He's important here because naturally he tends to be featured in night episodes. But the problem, as with the show in general, is that he has lost all his charm and is pretty much just there to be grotesque now. He's just a lot. The problem is that when you point out negative evolutions in shows, people will accuse you of just being nostalgic and hating anything new, but that's nonsense. I like Loud House well enough, I love The Owl House, and that's all the house shows, but I like The Ghost and Molly McGee. I'm not stuck in the past, I just liked shows for specific reasons, and the whole aesthetic of some of those shows has changed drastically over the years. But that's a rant for another day. Back on track, I think above all my love of these SpongeBob night scenes stems from my love of the night in general. I just prefer being up at night. The only problem is that depending on where you live, there might not be any stores open late at night, which makes life somewhat difficult. But that's not a problem in TV land. In the middle of the day, I can just close the curtains and throw on some TV and have all the joys of nighttime viewing at 3 in the afternoon. Another reason night episodes are fun is because you get to see characters outside of how they're normally presented. If they feature at all, you're either going to have sleepwalking or dream jokes, or they're going to be up to something particularly nefarious, such as in the episodes Sleepy Time and Plankton. Plankton is always scheming, obviously, but his first outing just feels different to me. I don't know, maybe I should do a video on him at some point. I've probably rambled enough, but tell me in the comments if there's some specific aspect of shows that you like camping episodes for instance, or maybe plots that have a specific character team up. If I share your opinion, I might cover it in a future video for the hell of it.